and try knee me same time. So you just hear round one. So after I try knee me now, me scoot back. And just give him one. Me just go home, patch it up, and still go to the dance. Did I do a time? Oh, them catch you on camera. You know, see how on camera store. Them all catch you on camera. So we are taking Christmas tree.
So while they were walking behind us, they had their hands behind them. And I think we realized, me and Yasha's girlfriend realized that they had champagne bottles in their hands behind them, like they wanted to use them to fight. So me and Yasha's girlfriend creeped behind them.
So, you can.
Look at me. Good evening, mommy. I love you. Up to this day, I cherish that. Trust me, I will never forget that.
Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Mel and we are here with mommy. So I already know, so it's another story time with mommy.
Hi. Disclaimer. The stories that I'm going to tell in this series are my experience, my truth, and my point of view over the past 38 years that I have been in Jamaica, and it's in no way intended to slander any person, the culture of Jamaica, or the island as a whole. Hi Mel's lovelies, yeah, I'm back again for a change. No, I thought it would have been interesting for you to hear my children's side of their story at that point in time, so that's why we did what we did. But today I want to talk about a situation that how I found a job in Germany, because if you remember when I went to the how you call it, Arbeitsamt, the office of labor or something, or employment, they did tell me point blank that I was too old to find a job, if you remember. And I was like, what, you know? And it's not like I'm over 60 or something. I was in my 40s, and it was like, what does this mean? And then I had this job with the as a driver with the firm where we drove how you call them, mentally challenged and physically challenged people to their workplace, and they paid me lousy, and I was working hours and hours, and when they charged me for tickets, that's when I resigned and just say, hey, keep your damn job, you know, I don't need that. So I was sitting at home for a while, and I'm definitely not a person to sit at home, you know, and just make welfare pay for me, definitely not. So of course I was looking around, but nothing really arose up to that time. And one day, actually I went with, I think, with you guys in the town, just like window shopping, because we were bored and just wanted to have something to do. When I came in one of our small mall, was it a mall or how would you call it?
Yeah, it's like a mini mall.
It's a mini mall with several
mini shopping center.
Exactly. So there were quite a few shops in there. So we went in, and there was one shop with clothes, bigger size clothes, which I'm bigger size, so I was very interested. I looked in the windows, and they had beautiful clothes. And then I see a sign on the window, help wanted, or salesperson wanted. And believe you me, I was not even dressed for no way of applying for a job. I think I was wearing one old jeans jacket and old jeans, and because we just left out of the house, you know, I mean, I was not going anywhere fancy, so I was just threw on some clothes and we went out. And something told me, go in there and talk to them. So I went in there, and it was around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I think, and I later found out that was when shift changes in that shop. And 2 ladies were older ladies, like they were in their pension age already, were standing there and talking. And then I went to the counter and I introduced myself and I said, I know I'm not looking really like I should apply for a job like this, but so and so, and I'm interested. And so they start to ask me some questions, and we talk for a little while and stuff. So, and then they said, okay, they are not the boss, so they would have to tell the boss about me and stuff. So I said, all right, at least I tried. You know, because when you hear those things, normally you know nobody wants you. But I said to myself, at least I tried. Next day, I get a phone call. It's like, oh, are you still interested in the job? I said, yes, of course. Yeah, can you come by? Our boss is here and she want to see you, of course, and stuff. So I put on some better clothes this time. And not that I had any good clothes. Mind you, we just did come not too long from Jamaica, and we're living practically off welfare. So it's not like I could go shopping and have some really, really nice clothes. So I searched out the best thing I found that would be suitable for that occasion. Went there and then met the lady who owned the shop, and we started to talk. And then she looked at me and said, you know what, you can have the job. And I was like, whoa, you know, I did not expect it at all. And that job ended up to be for 3 years. After 3 years, she closed the shop in Bielefeld. She had another one, but for her it was too much to drive back and forth from where she originally came from and stuff, so she closed it. But I was there, and my 2 colleagues were very, very nice ladies. We became good friends. Actually, one of them's birthday is on my son's birthday, and the other one, we all would meet private, like for coffee and cake sometime with them in their houses or in ours and stuff. So it was really a warm atmosphere there. Plus the bonus, I mean, the clothes they had there, I would get percentage. So I could buy a few things over the time. Some of them I still have up to this day. And I mean, we are talking, that was what, 15, 18 years ago. So I still have some of those, and the quality was very nice. For me, it was a new thing in my life, because I have never worked as a salesperson before. But I enjoyed it in so far, because sometimes we had some ladies coming in, and you know how it is when you are overweight and you don't feel so comfortable with yourself, and then they came in, and some of them, they were really like droopy and depressed and so, and then I would start to deal with them, and then they would sometimes take out some clothes. I would say to myself, not for you. So I started then to give them advice and show them, try this, look at this, try this. And some of them were like, at first like, that? Really? And I said, try it, do me a favor, try it. And then they tried on, came out, and suddenly from this almost depressed lady, you have this beaming, happy woman looking in the mirror and say, wow, this is really nice, I feel so comfortable in this. You know, and you see, I was a salesperson as well. I would not just tell you, oh yeah, this looks good on you, although it looked not good at all. I would tell them point blank, I say, no, I don't advise that for you, none at all. And I think they felt the genuine interest from me with them, and they appreciated it, you know. And thus we had customers coming over and over, and they said, oh, what you have new, what you can tell me, what you can show me for myself. So it was, for me, it was a nice experience to have this opportunity to help people that are not that happy with themselves to feel better. Of course, we had miserable customers as well, and the normal customers, but that alone made me appreciate that job a lot. you know, because it was really
You had a purpose.
satisfying. Yeah.
You had
It was
a purpose besides
exactly.
just
It came
standing
like
there and selling clothes.
right. So I mean, those we had 2 shifts. I had to either work the morning shift from 10 to 3 or from 3 to 8 o'clock. That's when we closed. And sometimes, of course, on Saturdays, Sundays we were closed as well. So it was like not such a hard work. Of course, I wouldn't earn much. You know, that's the thing. I could not support us on that salary alone. So we were still dependent on the government to a degree, which was not so nice. But at least I did do something, you know, and was not sitting at home the whole time. So basically, I tell you this story as well. It's like sometimes when you see something or something is offered to you.
Something is pulling you.
Yeah, something is coming in front of your nose. Instead of looking away and saying, oh nah, or ignoring it, or being afraid to grasp it or something, please grasp it. Because, I mean, you never know what can come out of it. And in my life, I have made that experience over and over and over. Remember how I got the marina, for example? I mean, things that were never planned for, never even thought about, and they were dangling in front of my face. And at first I would think, and then suddenly, that's who I am, you know? It's like gut feeling, gut and heart. If those two tell me, go for it, then I do it. I've learned that lesson well. And in most of the times, it always worked out well for me. Very, very well. So that is the reason why I told you this part of the story, because not only did I find a job, but also it was kind of satisfying for me to have this job, not only for the work itself, but to deal with the people. And it was good for my self-esteem, because sitting at home and, oh, you're too old to even get working again, was lousy. So finally, this lady here could stand up again and say, hey, haha, I'm a worthwhile part of the society. And it made me feel so much better. And with this now, and this part of the story, and I think my children have another little thing going, right? So, who is telling?
Nikki and Mayumi will be talking about another fight.
Don't think we are fighters though, you know, but you have to do what you have to do sometimes.
Another fight, and I think Nikki has some other stories of the time when he was in Germany, because remember he was the first one who left back basically to go back to Jamaica
pretty early in the game.
So he is just going to tell you about his few of his small stories that he has. But you wanted to talk about one of the jobs that he had too.
That Nikki had?
Yeah.
Following up the last time's story time, where my children kind of were involved with the reggae scene in Germany. Nikki actually got a job with the people from Soundquake, which is a very, very big sound system in Germany. And they, at that time, they had a CD distribution and record distribution as well. And I don't even know how he got the job, but they met at one point in time, I guess, at one of those events, and they offered him a job there, like doing the logistics and working with them, and of course he took it, although he had to take the train every morning and come back by train every afternoon, because I was not in Bielefeld. But he didn't mind, he just took on that job. And
how long was the journey?
Oh, well, it was not that long. It was about like 45 minutes each time. Each time. But one thing I vividly remember of that time. Remember, at that time, my son was like 20...
Yeah, look for me.
3, 4, right? And I still cherish that up to this day. We still used to live together at the time, and every evening when he came from work, it was mostly around 6 o'clock with the train ride and everything. By that time, I would be in the kitchen and cooking dinner for the family, and most of the time he would just come in, open the door, come in, look at me, good evening, mommy, I love you.
Aww.
Up to this day, I cherish that. Trust me, I will never forget that, because come on, a boy with 23 years old comes home in the evening and tells his mother he loves her. Come on. I mean, I was so grateful for that relationship, because he's a very warm and loving person. So that was one of the good things too, that I lived with my family in Germany, because you always tell in the comments, you always say we are so close. And it's true, we are very, very close, because we went through a lot of hardships together, and I think that's a big bond. You know, and more, I'm not a controlling person, you know. I mean, I have mastered, I think, the change from having them as children to having them as adults around me, and accept them as the adults that they are. I mean, I will always be mommy, and if something is really going wrong, you will still hear me. You know, it's not like I'm out of it completely. But basically, I mean, I keep out. All. I do not really interfere, because otherwise I think we couldn't live together up here now at this point in time. Or I mean, I basically always had at least one child living with me.
That's the main reason why I got to Jamaica in the first place. Because mommy was going to be alone in the house, because my sister was moving out. And she was like, oh, it's going to be the first time in how many years?
My entire life, basically. I moved from my mother's house with my then boyfriend, then I was living in community, then I was coming here, always living with somebody, always having children around me, always. I mean, I don't even recall having lived alone even for, well, I had maybe a week or two when all of them were in going to holidays or stuff. That must be the longest that I've been on my own, seriously. I mean, after all these years.
So she was like, you know, she wanted me here to basically have a transition period into it, because I was living in Germany, I was in my master's, and I was only supposed to come down for what?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. So that was supposed to kind of be like a transition period for mommy. And then, you know, the whole COVID thing come, and then now she's stuck with me. I know she does mind. But yeah, so that was like one of the reasons why it's good to be, because I know sometimes like children, like when they get older and stuff, they are so eager to come out of the house of their parents and stuff like that. Like they just don't want to be close anymore. Like they will come and visit every now and then, but if it was to be like to live within the same house, it will be like, no, I can't manage that no more. Then too controlling, then too this and then too that. But with us, with the relationship and the type of bond we have, it's not like that at all. Like, you know, it would more feel like it's a what do you call Vicky?
Yeah, community living.
Is it called community living?
Yeah, Vicky. They don't have that in English. The word. That's a thing. Like people, like we are people who live together by our own choice. It's not like we are forced to live together because we are family, but it's our own choice because we get along as human beings.
Yeah, it would be like a housemate kind of situation.
Yeah, something like that.
So, yeah. So that was the main reason why I got even stuck here in Jamaica. And now it lead to you guys. And then there's just a whole chain reaction, like it was meant to happen. Because mommy always, because the thing was as well, I wasn't really happy when I started my masters and stuff. I wasn't in my happiest place at the moment. And then there were like a few stuff, like I was applying for a few stuff, and it was like the first time in my life I was getting rejected like that. Like it wasn't going my way basically. And then mommy's like, there is some form or reason why it's happening. We just don't know what the reason is as yet, but just trust the process. I was there and I'm like, what should I do? What should I do? And then, you know, I ended coming down here from Germany.
Well, and if that wasn't karma, COVID hit. She came on the 4th of March, right? On the 11th of March 2020, the first COVID case was discovered in Jamaica. A few days later, Jamaica closed down. Plop. I mean, no more flights in, no more flights out.
Yep.
So her flight got cancelled. Everything got cancelled, and she was stuck here. And I said to her, boy, this is a real karma call, you know, because I mean, if you don't understand now, you better start to understand.
So basically, you know, there was a reason for me to be here at that moment in time. Because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have started my YouTube channel like this, or I wouldn't have carried it on like this. Because in Germany, I just wouldn't have this type of content that I have now with all the swimming and beaches and rivers and stuff like that. And I wouldn't have mom story time or anything like that. So you know, there was definitely some form of reason for me to be in the position that I was in. And yeah, now we're here, luckily, you know, now things are working out for the better. I'm happier than I would have been if I stayed up there, that's for sure. Because I've never really seen myself living in Germany permanently anyways. So my main purpose was to study there, get my degree and stuff, and then I would eventually come back to Jamaica or probably go somewhere else or something. But it worked out this way now, so here we are, guys.
Here we are.
We're building our own little community, which I'm very, very grateful for. So, you know, something good happened in the last, 2 years?
Over 2 years now, you know?
Yeah.
Already. Wow. We're in
Mhm.
April now.
Yeah.
So it's more than 2 years.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was just a little insight on that. So, as we mentioned, Nikki and Mayumi will be talking about some other
little adventures.
other little adventures. I will be posting, let me see, who will come first, Mayumi or Dominic? Mayumi or Dominic? It will be a surprise. I'm not sure as yet. Editing Mel will decide later on who is coming first. But yeah, that we will lead into that now.
Bro got not doing work, you know. No more shower. No more power. We say flower. Oh, hi guys. I work on the campaign, so let me get to one now still. What's up? Yeah, Melody want me to give some input on some stories what happened here in Germany. Alright. What happened? Okay, when I sit them probably want to bring up the fight with the two Russian them. I don't know what them are talking about. I now defame my character. I was in no fight. I have a campaign to run. No fighting here. But remember one video game I will play. It was Grand Theft Auto Germany. It has certain characters in it. I am one of the characters. Let's just call the other character named Yosha, Mayumi, and two friends. Let's just call them. Those are the characters in the game that we played. So yeah, we were actually in the video game. We were at Yosha's house. We were doing probably some drinking games and stuff like that. So when we're supposed to go to a party in the night, a disco, some reggae. I guess some reggae music was going to be playing somewhere. So we were going on our way there. So take the tram. In the video game, I remember, take the tram to when we reach to the tram station. If we come off now, I think I was ahead with Mayumi and let's call her T, with T. So I went ahead, Yasha and I guess one of the friends, they mostly were behind us, taking their time coming up when two Russians approached them. I don't know exactly what exactly happened, but yeah, then approach, and so Missy then kind of like then did argue. So in the video game, me just turn my character around and got to see what happened to them. So as soon as me reach, me touch one of the Russian them on his shoulder and say, "Wagwan." And then turn around and then try knee me same time. So you just hear round one. So after I try knee me now, me scoot back. And just give him one punch. You just hear, you can! You can! Just give him some of them then at the game, you know. In your eyes swell up same. In your eyes swell up same time. One big punch your eyes up. I don't know how they get them graphics in the game, but I swell up same time. So basically it is stop after so, because then they move off and then we just say, alright, let's just go ahead. So round one, flawless victory for me.
Fatality.
So we end up going up one escalator, so we have to, because the tram station is down below, like in our subway, so we have to take the escalator going up and just walking, and then I don't know who realized the two Russian them are follow behind me. So they reach up close, we kind of stop, so they reach up close to where we turn around and they stand up behind me and we just basically form a circle around them. I think we were like 5 or 6 people and I just two of them. And we form a circle around them. That time Mayumi and T go behind them and them realize that then they have two big champion battling in their hand. I hide behind them back. So T and Mayumi then basically go behind them and pull the battle out of them out of their hand. So one of them must swing off a T, and T must skip it way, and him just start running. The two of them just start running down. And so me basically left with the other Russian, because everybody else run down the one where I was swing off a T. So me and that one didn't know, and round two. So we did a punch out little, you know. So and me grab him and throw him against the wall. But me in the motion throwing him against the wall, me hit up against the corner, one next part of the wall, and get, I don't know if you can see it, one little scar right here. Yeah, get one little scar. So blood start run. So me and him did this, you know, me hold him and I wrestle and putting in some, you can, you can. You can! Sonic boom! Sonic boom! So I give him the whole like Street Fighter them, you know. So yeah, so me, as I said, they hold him also, and then the rest of them start come back. Yasha and the boy, them and T and Mayumi come back while I still have the boy. And T take the same champion battle what the boy come with, and whop in my head. In my head back, here, kong! The boy just hold his head and then he dip and kind of run away, and then, yeah, basically, that's how they fight. They kind of stop still. But yeah, they get one scar here and the blood up. Luckily, I never did too far from where I did live. So, I just go home, patch it up, and still go to the dance. Yeah. Mash up the dance. Yeah. With one plaster right over here, so mash up the dance. Yeah, so that is the story, not the story, the game of the play. Sorry, Grand Theft Auto Germany. Then put Street Fighter elements in it too, so was a good game. Only need to play it. Yeah, so that was one of the games that we played.
Hello guys. Today I'm gonna talk about this fight that we had in Germany in the early times, or the earlier part of when me and the family were in Germany. Fight that we had with these two drunk Russian guys. Don't mind my zinc roof. It's quite windy. Anyways, it was two drunk Russian guys. So, yeah, so let me get started. So, let me see if I can remember it fully. So, we were at, I think, at Yesha's apartment, and we were having drinks and stuff, and we were basically having a pre-party to this party, reggae party we wanted to go to. So we usually do that. We usually hang out before and have a drink and whatever till we're ready to go to the party. So that's what we were doing, and then we ended up walking. Yeah, we ended up leaving, and we walked to the place that we wanted to go party, and we had to walk through the town. So when we got into the town, we have a big tram station there. It's overground and underground tram station. So we decided that we were going to walk through the underground to come out the other side of the town, basically. Town center, I should say, not the town center. And while we were down there, we were almost to the exit. There were these two very, very drunk Russian guys. It was like me, Yasha, Nikki, Yasha's girlfriend, and 2 or 3 other friends. Anyways, so when we almost got to the exit, these 2 Russian guys were coming towards us. So when they came towards us, now I think one of them bumped into Nikki or Yasha or somebody, and I think he got pushed or something, and then basically we were warning them not to start anything. So we warned them, and then we walked off. I don't even remember if maybe one of them got hit or so, but we went up on the escalator, and when we got up to the top, we realized that they were still behind us, coming. So while they were walking behind us, they had their hands behind them, you know, like this, and they were mumbling something. Couldn't really hear. They were saying something in German, but they were so drunk, and then with their Russian accents and whatever. So basically, but to how they were behaving, it was like they're trying to jeer us and trying to get us to interact with them physically. Abusively, I guess. Anyway, so we warned them a couple times again, and then I think one rushed after Nikki or something, or need Nikki, or something happened. I don't remember exactly, sorry, but something happened, and I think Nikki ended up, no, wait, before we got to there, they were walking up to us, and yeah, like I said, they had their hands behind them. And I think me and Yasha's girlfriend realized that they had champagne bottles in their hands behind them, like they wanted to use them to fight. So me and Yasha's girlfriend creeped behind them and dragged both bottles out. And then I think one of them attacked Nikki, and I'm trying to remember exactly what happened. I think one attacked Nikki, and Nikki, I don't know if Nikki punched him or pushed him or whatever, and he fell down, and got up and ran away, and I think me and Yasha's girlfriend and Yasha and our friends were running after that one, which left one with Nikki. So Nikki ended up having altercation with him, and when we came back, I saw that Nikki had blood on his face, and it seemed like he got a cut in his eyebrow. So when I saw that, I was like, what? So I think I went over and no, wait, Tamara got over there first. She had the champagne bottle and she knocked him on his head. And then I went over, I think, and gave him a couple punches. And I don't remember exactly what happened, but somehow they got apart. And I remember one of our big friends, one of our friends, he's a big dude, like really, he was like 6 foot something, but he was big in body. But he was such a soft-hearted guy, and he was so sweet and so cute, and I used to call him Teddy Bear. Anyways, he ended up holding back Nikki, but couldn't hold him, and Nikki got away and went back after the guy. And I'm like, no, this needs to stop now. So I ended up running to get Nikki off, and I think Yasha or somebody else was there that got off the other guy. And in the whole process of all of this, they lost, I don't know if one or both of them, but they lost their wallet and ID and stuff. So when the whole thing was done, we took it up, and the whole time during the whole altercation or whatever, one of our friends, but female, she just kept on screaming, no, can't do this, no, stop it, like hysterically the whole time. And I was there in the back of my mind saying, shut up, you know, like, come on, let's just deal with them people. There's two of them and 6-7 of us. What them can do? They can't do nothing, but we just have to teach them a lesson, right? Anyways, after it was all done, and we looked at Nikki. Nikki had the cut in his eyebrow and he was bleeding, so we ended up going to Mom's place, which is where Nikki and I and Melody stayed, to get Nikki cleaned up and whatever. And we told Mommy the whole story. She saw it, and we cleaned him up and put on a band-aid, and we still ended up going to the party. So yeah, so that was a very interesting night for us, for me anyways, because I was like, yeah, watch them two Russian, because Russians, you know, Russians, they're quite aggressive, and I think they think they're invincible or unbeatable or whatever. So, and I think typically if it was like just Germans, like a group of Germans, and they went to do what they did to us, the Germans probably would have been intimidated. So this is why they probably thought they were dealing with some typical Germans and could get away with it. But little did they know, they had some Jamaicans in the mix. I know, so we Jamaica, we not play, we not take talk, we not take this, we not take nothing at all. So if you have come with a little shoulder, you know, so pop, pop, pop. Anyways, so yeah, so we ended up going to the party, enjoying ourselves and whatever. So that was a very interesting night for me. And yeah, I guess that's it for that story. I know Nikki told another story about him and Yasha and Blue Balls getting really wasted, going to a tequila party and getting really wasted, and on their way home they stole a Christmas tree. I wasn't a part of that, but I remember them stealing the Christmas tree. That was a very funny situation as well, but you get to hear the story from him. And for Nikki's sake, let's just pretend this is all, what did he say? A game that we're playing, Grand Theft Auto, which they incorporated Street Fighter in as well. So Nikki, flower power, no, not flower power, but flower, and that's your power show, right? So flower, we're doing it the flower way. We're keeping things professional, and yeah. So this message is to let you know that Dominic Raddick did not take part in any of this fight in reality. It was all a game, okay? All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the story, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.
All right, one next story. I don't know if Yasha remember if you tell them this or not. We went to a tequila party. We went, me, Yasha, and Blue Balls. So remember Blue Balls, right? We're friend from Jamaica, what they end up lasting at the mountain with Yasha and end up get Blue Balls. He was there too. So we got a tequila party, but before Blue Balls, they have here like me, and then something that then give him actually some one heap of China bump. My Yumi they put in a year. One heap of China bump. You go with China bump in a year, so in the look. We already with China bump in a year. But yeah, we end up, as I said, go to tequila party. At the tequila party, I want club, so it but basically then call it tequila party. The counter full with tequila shot glasses. One each tequila shot glass and €1 for one shot. So you just go there, paying and just drinking. The amount of tequila we drink that night, I think we were wasted out of hell. But we have to end up go back home, and we end up walking home, which is probably, I don't know, probably 25 minutes. We have to walk, 25, half an hour we have to walk. So yeah, on our way home now, we did our walk. Blue Balls, he was like, "Oh, far away have to go?" Yes, so see that the light up at the road, just that time I'm way up in the road inside. See that light there, right there, so we have to go. So end up did our walk, just with the tequila, tipsy self, or drunk self, let's say that. Reach the light, Blue Ball, sorry. Under the light and say, but we not reach yet. And later in the middle of the road. We not reach yet. We eventually get up, so we're heading on over more. So we reach closer to home now. It was actually in December, so we didn't have a Christmas tree at home yet, and they started putting out Christmas trees in the town, just putting them all over the place and stuff. And me and Blue Balls eventually saw a Christmas tree and take it out of the ground and start carry home, because we never have no Christmas tree yet. And it was actually right in front of a camera store, so Yasha did it the whole time. Oh, them catch up on camera, see our camera store. Them all catch up on camera, so we are taking Christmas tree. And as I said, we were wasted with me and Blue Bars. We never care. We just did there carry one big Christmas tree. We have to end up cut off a tip pipe because it couldn't fit in the apartment. So we did a walk with the Christmas tree in the road, So anytime somebody come, we drop a Christmas tree and we don't go hide. But eventually some people must pass. I don't know how true this is, but them claims and me tell people them when we pass it, we at the forest we go chop it down, which them tell me later say that is even a worse something that thing to do. It's illegal to go in the forest and cut down trees. So then claims somebody said that to the people, and we don't remember that still. But anyway, we did our walk, seeing we did it. Then we reached the apartment. We have to carry it in up the steps, but the Christmas tree probably kind of a little dry. So the whole of the Christmas tree needle them, kind of not believe you have needles, full up the whole entire steps them and everything going up to the apartment. Even we carry it in the whole inside full up of the Christmas tree needles. Yeah, was very wasted. After reaching there now, as soon as we reached, we just head into the bathroom. I had to get back everything out. Yeah, Blue Balls, he want to get everything out, but I couldn't let him in the bathroom with me in there as well. So he ended up must go in the kitchen, go get everything out. Yeah, was wasted. That was a wasted. We were wasted. Yeah, those are two stories I have right now. Because me never did that Germany that long anyway, When we did there, I left probably when we reach it the first time, I believe after 6 months, go back to Jamaica. For probably 6 months though, then we come back, work up some more money again, and then left out again, and yeah. So yeah, those are some 2 stories right now. I'll give melody right now if you deal with. Alright? Peace, people. Love. Prosperity. Remember to vote flower. Alright? Flower, we say. Flower. Okay. Alright, love.
So guys, that was their stories. You know, their little insight on their other adventures, and you know, people coming on their space and going like them bad and not know say the real Jamaican them. Real bad man and bad girl
underrate any Jamaican ever.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. You know, please remember to like, share and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in our next video. Bye.